So, Aditi, why should you do global politics as a course?
So I think global politics is really great to do as a course, mostly because of the all the different kinds of skills that you can learn during your 2 years. So, for example, essay writing is such a huge part of the global politics course. With your paper 2 essays, where if you're SL you will be writing 2, or if you're HL you'll be writing 3, or then your paper 1 essays, where it's more source-based essays, but nonetheless, it is a lot of analyzing and detailing and evaluating your points. So I think that really develops your essay writing skills. Then I also think it also promotes a lot of active engagement, and that's especially because of the engagement activity, or your IA, which essentially forces you to get out and do something beyond just the classroom, where if you're really interested in an issue that maybe isn't necessarily covered in the course, or in the year you're in is not being discussed as fully as you would like, you have the opportunity to discuss it and research it in as much depth as you want to. For example, I was very interested in education, and so I got the chance to go to India and to teach children, and then write about it and actually receive a grade for it and receive acknowledgement of the work I had put in for it. And I also think your oral presentation skills improve a lot, because not only are you just doing it in front of your class, but as the entire higher level component is made up of oral presentation, I think it's really good in building your confidence and just making you a very good oral orator.
Definitely.
And what do you think global politics has taught you about being more open-minded, or just more aware of the world?
I mean, definitely, this is a course that really does make you so much more open-minded about everything, because you're not just looking at things now from your perspective. You have to take into the perspectives of various parties. Like if you're looking at a case study, you're not just looking at it from one perspective. You look at it from the perspective of the people of the country, the governing bodies, international organizations, NGOs, private individuals, and then obviously your perspective also comes into it. And then because the course allows for so much class discussion, I think you do get, when you have these discussions with your peers, it really does lead to you gaining access to a lot of different perspectives, and I think that does help you become a more open-minded person. And more importantly, I think it does lead to more respectful kind of disagreements, because there were occasions in our classes as well where we didn't necessarily agree with the person or the point that someone was saying, but it never really led to a fight. There were respectful disagreements. It was constructive. I would say they were very constructive discussions, and that definitely does lead to you becoming so much more open-minded and open to so many more perspectives that you can take in. And then because you're looking at these global issues and you have these global political challenges, you learn so much more about the different global issues in our world today, and not just what they are, but what kind of actors are at play, how these governing bodies actually function. You learn about the reasons why certain actors and certain bodies can't function in a certain way, and I think that does really help you become more aware of the world around you, and creates this global citizenship feeling within a global politics student. How does it help your uni decision?
Well, I think global politics, regardless of maybe what you are considering or what you're going to consider to do in university as a degree, is helpful all around, because now neither of us are actually doing politics in university, but that doesn't mean global politics was not a great course for us, because for example, I want to do law, and it was an amazing way to sort of build the foundation skills that I needed with essay writing, analysis, in particular, very in-depth analysis, picking out words, the way some national laws may be phrased, the way international law may be phrased, and how that can impact an entire community, was extremely important to learn in global politics. But also with courses like medicine, for example, even if you are just on a general basis interested in politics and global affairs, it can be amazing for you to then sort of channel this a passion for maybe science or geography into global politics, because you can research about organizations like Doctors Without Borders, or maybe see how geopolitics affects international relations. So I think there's a scope for every kind of student in global politics.
So yeah, definitely. It is definitely a course that both of us would recommend to
Yes.
anyone.
Take global politics.
Definitely.